Hey, Chris Liepe here. With all the talk about singing higher and aggressively and mixed voice, I thought it was time for a video on how to sing lower. I've got good news and I've got bad news about singing lower. The bad news first. It's not like singing higher where you can use your resonances in different ways and discover mixed voice and how to implement your head voice in different ways so you can gain another octave or you can gain another 6 notes. Singing lower in large part singing low has a lot to do with your anatomy, your basic anatomy. But the good news is we can test the limits of our lower notes, and we can push into some notes that we didn't know that we had. And in order to be truly in touch with our lower side, we need to look at 2 things. We need to look at vocal fry and play around in a specific way with the feel of vocal fry so that we can understand how to apply it and use it to realize maybe even a couple lower notes. And we need to be in touch with our resonance, our face, how the sound comes out, what we're doing to allow the sound to come out in a healthy way that supports lower singing. Now, like a lot of my videos on YouTube, I take an intensely introspective approach, where I favor making noises and discovering what my voice can do through those noises, strategically, over making great sound and pushing through till I get the right sound, even if things don't feel quite right. And this video is no exception. We're going to be doing a lot of weird sounding things. And through it, if you follow me, you are going to gain a greater understanding of how your voice works and basic opportunities that you have with your voice. Now, what I cover here in this video and what I cover on YouTube is really the tip of the iceberg in terms of this type of thinking about your voice and this type of experiencing your voice. If you want to go deeper with me and other students, click the link below and join my free voice course. And I'll take you through all sorts of ways that you can introspect, that you can truly learn to feel opportunities in your voice to generate the sounds you want to get. Okay, singing lower. Let's first look at vocal fry. I want you to follow along with me as I do this. We're going to try to make vocal fry as broken up as possible. And we're going to stop it, right? And then we're going to let it come in a little bit more consistently. But we've got these spurts, right? It's not, right? That's faster, right? We're going to do it slower. Then we're going to push in to more of a consistent and as we're doing it, we want to move our voice box up and down. We want to experiment with the consistency that we can create with fry. We want to be variety-oriented in our approach to exploring just fry. Now, what is fry? Fry is your vocal cords being super limp. And you know, if you look at it on an endoscopy, you can see it. It's one of the only things you can see on an endoscopy where you see your vocal cords kind of doing this. Things are happening slowly. There's gaps. It's good. It's not full closure, not consistent closure. Now we also want to experiment with push. When I'm pushing less, I get that more broken up, lower, brasher sounding fry. When I push more, notice what's happening. As I push a little bit more, the combination of more airflow and what I'm unconsciously doing with my throat is that I get better closure, but I also I push into pitch, sort of. You hear that it's almost a break, sort of, between pure fry and fry with a little bit of note. This is a really good thing. This is a really good thing to experience. And like singing higher, where we have the vocal break and exploiting that, we can exploit this relationship where we're feeling this transition between pure vocal fry and that moving into a note. Now, I'm not trying to go for the lowest note. I'm merely feeling that transition. Now, in order to further play with this, I'm going to go up into my head resonance, and I'm going to experiment with my vocal break between my chest and my head, and I'm going to make special mental notes of what it feels like when I really break intentionally and it's not transparent at all. And it's not like this. Right? Are they blending? It's that feeling of breaking really intentionally is exposing something in my lower chest voice. Listen to the quality of my voice after I do this a little bit. Now I'm going to go down to that area. There's something about the way that it feels to break and land in your chest voice that establishes a resonance that I don't otherwise get when I'm just talking. There's this sense of thin, thick, thin, thick, thin, thick. That creates a type of closure quality in my chest voice that brings out my sweet lower resonance. Now, let's put the breaking and the fry on the back burner for a minute. And this is really well done in headphones so you can hear the feedback of your voice. We're going to focus on a note. Yeah, it's fairly low. Low, yes, low. La. I can hit it comfortably low. That's something I could do most days. What note is that? It's about an E2. La. And we're going to practice changing our face, feeling the sensation of this note in our mask. Now, as you do this, you're going to feel a sense of connection with that note, especially as you modify your face, as you focus on feeling the resonance in your face. What you're doing by going through this process is you are focusing the sound where it comes out and creating resonance opportunities through these tissues, which is a big part of getting a good quality low sound. It's kind of like if you've ever listened to a record player and you go down and you listen to the needle, like right down there in the needle, and you hear the song playing, but it's very tinny. There's no resonance at all. But when you're listening to it through your amplifiers and through your nice speakers, the way the wood is made, the magnets, the size of the speaker, the room, all this stuff is resonance, which is creating the sound that you actually hear. It's the same way with your voice. Your vocal cords are like the record needle. They don't in and of themselves produce a ton of interesting things by themselves. We need this resonance to make those low sounds quality. And by going through my middle low and really focusing on how I can make that resonance jump out and hit the mic, that's why I recommend practicing with a mic and headphones. It's going to help you discover how things feel as you're applying this resonance. Okay, let's work on applying resonance with this vocal fry. Now, a lot of you who have watched me on YouTube have heard me say that, about the lowest comfortable note I can get on a daily basis is an E2, which is the one that I've just been doing right here, the lowest note I generally record with, right? But by using this method, I can coax my voice into a usable D2 and maybe even slightly lower on some days by approaching it the way that I'm talking about. So let's go for combining this resonant approach with this vocal fry idea and being attentive to that area right where we're breaking in and accessing that as we bring our voice lower. And for me, it'll be into that D2. I hear that little crack. Resonance. Yeah. So I just went. Yeah. There's the D2. And there's my E. I'm playing with an unplugged guitar over here to check my pitches. This one. So how is this different than just like trying to sing as low as you can? Well, when I go through these sort of checks, when I go through this fry check, when I go through this resonance check and work with my break and work with this fry break, I am more attentive to how my chest resonance in the lower area feels and what's accessible to me right on the edge of vocal fry. That D is right on the edge. And some days I fry out before I can get to that note. But when I've primed my voice and coaxed my voice in this way, I'm able to get down there and use it. Now, if I go and I sing a bunch of high, powerful things, sometimes I have to coax my voice back in to this lower note. And that's fine. That's completely normal. It's about listening to your voice. It's about feeling and experiencing your voice. Let me make a couple more sounds for you so you can get the idea and try this on your own. You feel that break, and relate it to down here. Resonant higher notes. Let your voice go into fry. Let your voice crack down here if it needs to. That's fine. experiment with your airflow. Okay, I'm letting the airflow out so I can access that fry. And then as I get lower and lower, you can hear the resonance creeping more into my voice. Work on the resonant quality. Focus on my face of that note. There it is. Nice, resonant, usable. But you can hear I had to coax my voice down there. This is really fun stuff. It's fun to experiment with. And unlike higher stuff, you can do this without, you can do this quietly without being a nuisance to the people around you. So I hope you found this valuable. Remember, attentiveness to vocal fry, using your break, using your head voice to generate a feel for your middle to lower chest notes, and getting this resonance in your face, and then working with that relationship of just before you break into fry and that area where you break into some pitch. Be okay with letting your voice crack. Be okay with that sort of relationship, and see how you can coax your voice into getting maybe one or two more good usable notes. Again, if you want more of this intensely introspective approach to discovering more things about your voice, be sure to click that link below and join my free voice course. We'll see you for more.